This Ultimate Fight event contains full contact action, graphic imagery, and blood that may not be suitable for some viewers.
Big Contracting, Lumber, Slumberland, Furniture, Daisy Dukes, home of the after party. All 50-50 proceeds will be, well, not all, 50-50 proceeds will be going toward Tiffany Molina?
Molina.
Let me look it up.
Like 6 different pronunciations right there.
Tiffany, going to Tiffany's Medical Defenses. Please stay seated during the fight so everyone can see the action. Please be responsible and do not drive if you've been drinking.
Oh, does that mean me? What?
Molina.
Don't drive if you're drinking, Smith.
Tiffany Molina.
The only other one I heard was Image Drywall, not Imagine.
Oh, not Imagine? Image Drywall.
Yeah, it's French, Will. Image.
I'm gonna say Imagine Dragons now.
You guys, the head of security is here. His name's Tony out in the lobby. So if he needs you,
Image
don't
Drywall.
know what to do, go find Tony. Tony, Mike. Tony, Mike.
How's the reboot going over there?
We had a couple Tonys and a couple Mikes. He showed up, so now he's Tony, Mike. So
Perfect.
it works. I'm just gonna go change my clothes. I'll be right back.
Still rebooting? Oh. Okay. Oh no, I'm right. I'm sorry. I was just going in time. So go ahead and do the second one. Yep.
Always to the blue corner. Nicholas Klem!
Getting ready for our 125 MMA title fight here. Nicholas Klem out of Colorado and Brian Borst out of Billings, Montana, training at the Grindhouse. Nicholas Klem from the training camp in
He's out of Colorado. I'm not sure
yeah,
what
it
city
doesn't say
it
a
is.
town in Colorado, but Colorado somewhere. Yeah, it just says maybe he's from all over in Colorado.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't get a chance to talk to him earlier, but he is a 2-stripe purple belt, so he's very experienced on the ground. He does say his favorite technique is a guillotine. That's a common thing that you see with wrestlers.
Yeah. You get somebody to shoot in a lazy shot. Got that guillotine.
It's funny you say that because he said that he wants to work from the outside and force a bad shot, and a bad shot leaves your neck exposed.
Yeah.
There's his guillotine. That's his game plan, I guess.
But Brian Borst, I don't think he's going to do a bad shot. He is a state champion wrestler
Highly
from
unlikely.
New York. So
Highly unlikely a bad shot's coming from here. I expect a really good fight here.
yeah, should be an exciting one. You know, Nicholas Klem from Colorado, kind of looking like a miniature Gray Maynard.
Yeah, that is a very good observation. He really does look like a small Gray Maynard.
Yeah.
Gray Maynard, I'm sure everyone watching, obviously are MMA fans, but Gray Maynard, a very accomplished UFC fighter in his own right.
Yes, yeah, very tough guy. Great battles with Frankie Edgar,
Yes.
you know, Sean Shirk, you know, a lot of great battles. Brian, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen Brian Borst fight, but he is very exciting, fast-paced, you know, tough kid.
Are you ready for a title fight? Your co-main event is an MMA fight for the flyweight belt, consisting of 3 5-minute rounds. Sponsored by Bear Tree Harley Davidson, Cartel Factory, and Jim and Tracy's Alignment. First, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 126 pounds, from the training camp MMA in Lakewood, Colorado, Nicholas
So Lakewood, Colorado then, just a suburb outside of Denver.
His opponent fighting out of the corner, weighing in at 126 pounds again, fighting out of the grind hole, right here in Phillies, Montana. Brian
Boy, this crowd sure loves their grindhouse.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, you know who the crowd favorites are.
The referee, Jesse Newbreast, is going to bring him to the center and give him final instructions. And because this is a title fight, we're going to do 3 5-minute rounds as opposed to the 4-minute rounds we saw earlier.
Yeah. So basically, pro times for an amateur fight, for an amateur title fight.
As it should be. If you're fighting for a title as an amateur, you're ready to go pro.
Yeah. And Brian's got 2 titles now already. I think one of them may be an interim.
Boy, Nicholas sure moves those hands around unlike anyone I've ever seen. Good left hook there. It's working in the clinch there.
Nick trying to push him up against the cage.
Brian has that underhook. He's going to try to turn him at some point.
Borst with the knee.
Brian gives up that underhook, so allowed Nick to switch to a single leg. When Brian tries to go for this guillotine,
Got an arm in guillotine. It
doesn't look very good, very
it's
deep.
possible to finish, but yeah, it doesn't look like his arm's under his neck.
And Brian doesn't seem to be squeezing very hard
No,
either. He
I
knows
think
better.
he just hold him down so he can maybe work for that triangle. Going for a omoplata.
And they're right in the corner of Nicholas, of Brian. So his coach right there is going to be giving him all the instructions he needs to try to
calm him down, keep him relaxed, stop him from doing something he shouldn't do.
Nicholas is trying to slam his arm out of being grabbed by Brian. As you can see, his left arm is trapped by Brian's right, and there he gets it out finally.
Nicholas trying to pass his guard. Brian not going to let him. Brian trying to push him off, push him off of him.
A lot of pressure by Nicholas, a lot of pressure.
Brian throws up an arm bar. Nicholas gets out of it.
Again, he's tying up. Now he's tying up the right arm of Nicholas. But he's putting a lot of pressure on him, putting that head against the cage.
Yeah, Borst, Nicholas keeping Brian against that cage. He doesn't have can't move around a whole lot. Doesn't have anywhere to go. Nicholas in side control. Now it's north-south.
Brian has that underhook though. He's going to look to sneak out.
Yeah, he can. He can go. He can get out if he wants.
There he goes up. He's going to try for that double leg. A lot of shoulder pressure. He doesn't want him to stand up. He's going to get it anyway. With that wall behind you, or the cage behind you, use it as a wall and stand up.
Yeah, walk. Wall walk.
And Brian, you can tell he's a very accomplished wrestler. He's using that head pressure. He's putting that head right in the jaw of Nicholas at all the times.
That head, yeah. The way it looks like Nicholas might have been a wrestler too. There's not a lot of striking going on.
That's pretty obvious.
Grappling.
And again, I'll remind the people that this is incredibly tiresome on your body. Constantly working in a clinch position with someone else is incredibly tiring.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it takes a lot of energy, but it does.
Ooh,
Nicholas
good knee.
with a nice knee right in the center of the stomach. Brian answers with the knee of his own back.
Working that guillotine again. He's thinking about it, and he's making Nicholas hand fight to get those hands off of him. Able to do that, I would thought he was going to switch to a head and arm and try to chuck him from there, and wasn't able to do it. 10 seconds to go. They decided to exchange some leather. Oh, good left by Brian there at the end of the round.
End of the first round.
The whistle blows and seconds are out. Let's have ourselves a second round of this amateur title fight.
Here we go, round two.
Again, with that very strange style from Nicholas to start out. He wants to grapple right away. Going for that single leg now, and Brian wants to keep his feet on the outside. There he switches to a double leg. It's called a flare, and got it rather easily.
Inside control now. Brian hanging onto that head. Not really going to get anything from there.
Just biding his time there. Nicholas is going to try to work into a better position, but he's not going to get it.
Brian working in half guard now.
In this position, Nicholas really just wants to put his head against the cage and strike. And Brian's he's gonna tie him up here, and he's gonna have to move his hips and make some space here. Looks like he's trying to walk his guard up by locking that shoulder up. It's just not working right now. The pressure's too much from Nicholas. This is exactly what Brian needs. He needs to get his body close, as he's doing there with his head, so he can try to stand up. He's going to want to stand up from here.
Nicholas almost looking like he has attempted a guillotine.
In his corner, Brian's corner is telling him to let go of that head so he can stand up. It's just keeping him down. And what it does, it gives Nicholas a lever to move him where he doesn't want to go.
Yeah. Brian gets up. Nicholas answers with a knee.
He's got that underhook on the right side. He needs to push the head away and turn him so he gets the advantage here. Again, he's grabbing for that head. Sometimes it's a natural instinct that you gotta learn to suppress because it doesn't do you any good.
No, yeah. These are both higher level amateurs.
Again, he's doing wrapping his head around there. He's just gonna get taken down easily here. Again, he's gonna or get his back taken. So from here, Nicholas just needs to put his knee in the back thigh of Brian, and he's going to take him down with that single leg again if he's able to do that.
Yeah, Brian needs to get off that cage and strike or do something.
Do something different,
Looks
yeah.
like Nicholas just wants to take him down and try, work some ground and pound or something.
And he wraps up that head again. He's not really getting any further here. From here, he could just walk him away from the cage and re-engage from the center.
It kind of seems Borst is happy with where he's at.
He shouldn't be.
No.
But perhaps we're not giving Nicholas enough credit for the pressure that he must be putting on him. Maybe he just can't get away from the cage.
Yeah.
There he decides to attempt to pull guard, but from that position, that's going to be very difficult to do with your back against the cage there.
Yeah, you don't have any room to work.
There's no room to work, and you need to make space for a guillotine to work properly.
Or arm, and even if you arm bar, can't really work anything if you get in guard.
Again, he's grabbing for that underhook, but he's not trying to turn him, and that just gives Nicholas an opportunity for that single leg again.
Yeah. Into round two.
Well, I'm sure that Will in the corner of Brian is going to plead with him to do something different, because that is not working with his back against the cage.
Yeah, Brian's gonna get an earful.
We should be ready for the third round here. Sometimes when two grapplers get at each other, they need to start chucking leather, and you never know what might happen.
Yeah. sister? What'd you say? Tell her we're leaving.
Well, if Nicholas comes out anything like he did the last two rounds, maybe Brian should just throw a big shot here to start it off like that.
Keep his distance.
See, he puts his arms out and he starts moving around like that. Brian needs to take advantage and throw. Nicholas grabs it, but Brian goes into an attempt a leg lock. You can tell Nicholas has a lot of grappling experience. He just puts pressure on that leg.
Yeah, he sits down on that leg. He can't bend it. Brian can't straighten it out. He gets further down on that ankle. He can't get it.
Now he's stuck into half here. He's definitely going to want to. You can hear Will. He's pleading him to try to get to his guard here instead. But he's in the center now, and perhaps he has he can work his guard a lot better now.
Yeah, he's not pressed well.
And of course, there goes Nicholas, walks into the cage on purpose so that he shove that head against the cage and work from there.
And that shows you right there, he knows what he's doing.
He did eat an up kick there from Brian. He's going to try to pass the legs. He's going to try to roll underneath and grab a leg. We'll see. I'd like to see some more ground and pound here tried from Nicola.
How do the judges call this fight?
Unfortunately, you have to probably give it to Nick right now just because of the pressure, but he's not doing anything either with it.
Yeah,
he's controlling him, but he's not doing anything with it. Again, there's pressure, but not a lot of work here. I'd be surprised if Jesse doesn't stand them up if they're not doing anything here. You wouldn't normally stand guys up if there's a dominant position, but it's really not that dominant position, especially if you're not doing anything with it.
It's not like he's punching him
Or really even looking to pass.
Yeah.
There he's passing a little. There he gets into half. With just over 2 minutes left to go in this round, we got to see some action here.
Yeah, 2 minutes left. Like you said, Brian needs to do something, or
he's gonna lose this fight because he just won't get off his back.
Yeah.
It just hasn't worked enough.
No. And let Nicholas hold him up against the cage.
Yeah. Again, we're not the ones in there, so maybe the pressure that Nicholas is putting on is really hard.
Yeah.
But in this position right here, he's able to work. He needs to be an active guard here. If he chooses to slam him like this, as he picks him up, he should just unlock his legs and stand.
Yeah.
Instead of allowing him to be slammed.
Sweep,
Yeah, or
Nicholas
attempt to
is
sweep.
standing up like that, all Brian has to do is grab the back and
Pick
block
those ankles.
block his heels and push off with his knee, push off with his legs, and Nicholas will fall straight back.
He's locking up. He's locking his posture up again, but again, he's not aggressive, and then he's going to allow Nick to stand again.
Yeah, he's not throwing up any arm bars. He's not attacking. He's just basically trying to break his posture.
Looks like he might try something here, but without his posture being down, there's no attempt. There's no real attempt there with the omoplata or anything.
32 seconds left in the fight.
Brian just didn't do enough for this hometown crowd. I just don't see it. This crowd is imploring Brian to attempt something. It just, at this point, I think he's just too tired.
Yeah. Spend 3 5-minute rounds with somebody, laying
Just all
on
over you. Nicholas just messing around there, but he didn't really do enough to be able to mess around either. Brian's going to look back in this fight and be a little upset that he didn't try a little more.
Disappointed with himself, yeah.
At some point, you just got to go for something.
Yeah. Got kind of like football. You're down by 7 with 10 seconds left in the fourth. You got to throw up a Hail Mary arm bar or something.
Something's better than nothing at that point.
After 3 rounds for the flyweight belt, all 3 judges score 30-27. For your winner, in the blue corner, Nicholas Klem.
I think that decision was pretty much expected there.
Yeah.
Well, we have a little brief moment of doing the 50-50 and a benefit for someone that has some medical bills, and then we get to our main event, a title fight, 150 pounds, and one of the guys came all the way up from New Mexico. I can't wait to talk about him.
Yeah, coming out of Jackson Wink John's gym, which
the Jackson Winklejohn.
And if anybody knows anything about MMA, you know what kind of fighters are coming out of that gym. You know who is coming out of that gym.
We're going to start our main event here just for 1 second. We're going to draw for the backpack for the Montana National Guard. If this is your name, go ahead and go to the counter. They have their booth set up with your IDs. All right, guys, the winner of the National Guard backpack, and we'd like to thank the National Guard for